Hello, my goodness. I'm going to talk about two important things. One is dementia, like my grandma has. Another is schizophrenia. This pill with asthma that is called aspirin, but it's a generic one, cures it by himself. And you have to take it this way. You you chew it like this. You don't swallow it. And then you take three a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening and the night. I'm not sure about the dose because I'm having 500 milligrams. I think it's a bit strong for me. I would recommend like 400, I think, or 300. So I have my blog, and obviously you can prove that my sickness is better. And Andrea Halabit, or whatever it's called, Rachel Wilson, I think is her name, and or Rachel Bandana, as I like to call it, knows I'm good and I'm getting cured. So this taste thesis you wanted to do about how 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 smoking affected the schizophrenia and everything. It does affect the schizophrenia. I'm sure I have doses and I have to stop smoking. Then I have a crisis for stop smoking. So I don't know what's best, stop smoking or smoking. And I don't know, I think this picture is not the original one I make. It's a fake copy made by a person who doesn't know how to put the center of the image. In this picture, I will show you. In this picture, the center of the image is this thing. So you will place it or in here or in here. I will place it down here, a little bit upper. So that's it. And this black thing around is from the light who comes from the back of the camera because it's red, and in black and white and color both come in the thing. The solution is putting black tape in the and everything and doing in the dark room, and it will fix everything. Diana, the wonderful photographer, liked it a lot, the camera. She was a journalist, I believe. I do like these kind of cameras with rangefinder. Is all the concept. The rangefinder of Diana is not very awkward, so you have to fix the thing. They say that I should buy the Leica. I don't have the money. A rangefinder with Leica. I will want to buy it, but they copy my idea of how to create a medium format camera. Medium format cameras are very expensive, and there is a camera that is cheap, that's medium format, that is like the lomography cameras. And I don't know why manufacturers don't create medium format cameras, because it sees the reality as the eye see it, and it doesn't produce anorexia and distortion of your body. I used to have an old webcam that break, and it had a longer length of the camera. The crystal was so big. I can show you, as here is broken, but you can see it. This camera who had a lens. This camera has a lens, and the lens was bigger, like this size is from here to here, and I feel I lose weight a lot with this camera. And later on, a friend of mine broke the camera because he was a psycholog and he didn't want to tell me. And I buy a Mac because I wanted iMovie. iMovie is the greatest editor of all time. Kino is much better than any editor in any program of computing. It's from Linux and it's made by a Russian because Russians love cinema. This is why my channel is called Kino Home, and I have a movie for a friend who's suicide. And I want to open a movie theater called Kino Home. People tell me I have to tell it Kino Home, which is a keyword, but I don't know. I think it's funny how I'm half Russian, but I have never been to Russia because every time I see something from Russia, motion comes to me. When I see the ballet of Russia, I've seen the ballet of England and Russia. The feelings come to me, and I feel dong, that feelings. I don't know what kind of movies I make. I wonder if it's Russian, if it's French, if it's British, because Chaplin has some sort of like that. The first movie with edition was like this, but I decided to keep it American because I lose lots of audience for doing this style of videos because I made my voice to the edition of the movie, and I learned how to talk for a movie like that, and now I don't have to edit. And I don't know. I think Caitlin has said me once I like myself, high tech self, and I told her, no, you like yourself with edition, and you're scared of yourself, which is the thing that everyone is scared of himself, because Brad Pitt is so beautiful. And when you see Brad Pitt in person, I see Kaylee, he loves in person. I went like, come on, Kaylee, you're prettier than in the camera. What's happened to you? And she went like, I have wrinkles and everything. Blah, blah. And I went like, that's the thing. The wonderful, the greater. I have a mark here that is quickly arising. And I discovered that I have 3 sons. Or 5, I don't know. Because one is from my cousin, who is called Maria, and she's called Saint Carvajal, I'm sure. And the other one I have is from a woman that I don't like, and I'm starting to like his sons because they mean a lot to me. And we have to watch a movie, and they have to wait because it's not on the cinemas yet. It's called Door in the Floor. I have to talk before the movie, like this woman talks all the time. Um, yeah, there is gay sex. No, there is straight sex, but actually it's gay sex. The story is about a woman who finds his husband having sex with another man, and she cover everything really quickly and change the story, and they get divorced, and she is written by the John Child who writes the book. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm an author, I'm a critic, I'm a James thing for a day. But I'm not John Lennon anyway. I wouldn't want to be John Lennon anyway. Maybe I wanted to be John Lennon or Paul McCartney with his wonderful voice that he couldn't sing a song for John Lennon. Or maybe how he mixed him so much for finding that a person who decided to kill him for a reason of writing a song with 13 songs and having a problem with schizophrenia. And I have schizophrenia and I don't want to kill myself my more than other people. But I will tell that when you hear voices, things are weird and you don't know reality, and you can follow the voice or not. And if you have aspirin, it will be cure. And I think the guy who is called Chonchino Chin 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 Kung 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 should have aspirin and think about what he have done, and he's gonna tell to Yoko Ono sorry and to Paul McCartney, because Paul McCartney needs more than Yoko Ono. And yeah, I'm Japanese anyway because I'm a Heisa. And I'm gonna do it like this. No, I don't know. He didn't buy me anything yet, and I want him to buy me a Casio. And it costs 30 euros or 29. I have to choose the golden one or the metal one. If I were him, I would choose the golden one. But it's more expensive. What he will choose, I think he will be right both ways. But he will choose the golden one, I think. And I don't know. You have 30 euros? 39 euros? Because I mean, it's not gold enough, and this thing costs almost the same price. And it's gold for real. But it has metal on it, and it's small, and it's a feminine thing, or it's a masculine thing. What's defined as feminine or masculine thing? And you will have this thing which you won't like, as I didn't like, because it was wonderful when I bought it. The quality was perfect, but it keeps scratching, and it become the teapot. And this thing, by the way, because I'm a spy, I enter in the physique, not in the MCs, because I entered in the physique when I was 20 something. I went to the police and I say that I knew a terrorist, and I entered in the physique and I start working as a police or a secret agent. I don't know what's the job, and I will get paid when ETA ends. And it's time for ETA ends because I'm fed up of excuses. And I have a DNI, which is what is the big discussion. And believe me, it's the big discussion because this is the discussion they have. And I have a car who has my name. And the discussion is I have a Gijón card. And the discussion is, can I write here Basque or Catalan or Andalusia or whatever you want to write? Yes, you can. So that's the end of discussion. And this is 30 minutes something. I didn't plan it to do the 30 minutes, but since my boyfriend boards the 13, I'm gonna keep it a while. I'm gonna make it 14 because the CD was supposed to be 13 and it was 12. And my god, I have to put some time, and I have to show some bills because bills are important for taxes. This is a bill, I never pay it, but it says here how much an ink pen that Donald Trump is gonna buy, and it costs 29.98 euros. And he's gonna buy this ink pen from Germany, and it's not Russian anyway. It's from Germany, but it's maybe from the Eastern Germany or the Western Germany. How wonderful it is! And it writes wonderful. If it gets the ink stock, you put it with water, and the ink goes out, and it writes for a year for a while, for a little bit of time. I don't think he's gonna write a very long letter with this thing, but I don't know if he'll know how to write or not. But he has to write some things, and he can write Donald Trump with his new ink. And James Dean give this woman in Tiffany's a very good thing, and it was called a phone ringer, I'm sure. And I think the one you need is an ink pen, and it's called fountain pen, I believe, but I'm gonna call it ink pen because they're roller pens, they're crayons, they're stylos. That's French anyway. I wouldn't have French kiss with my boyfriend because we didn't have French kiss with Kaylin Hill, my ex-girlfriend that we never break up because she decided to break up with me because he couldn't stand my family and because we decided to take a time. And it wasn't chosen by us, it was chosen by money because Kaylin was running out of money and I didn't have money, but I had a shop and I couldn't pay the bills. And Kaylin could teach English in the shop, was the option, but she didn't want to meet my father. And I think my husband, new husband, who became married in the entrance of the doctor, even though it's not a real what's the word, marriage, because you see, for marriage you need a paper who says you're married for 200 years. But the thing, it's funny how Google is gonna create these wonderful techniques of copyright or whatever, and my video is gonna look wonderful. And I want the video to be with this quality because it's the quality I created for, because it's Burby. I don't know what's gonna happen, but the thing is that nowadays YouTube is like magic. Everything goes magic. And you don't know how they do it, but I think there's a person behind. A guy going like, I'm gonna do 300 videos. No, it's a machine actually. I don't know how they do it, but someone think about it. And it has to do with presets. They you have a camera and they preset your camera and they choose the quality of your camera. If you upload it for a MacBook Air from the year 2012 with the camera you will have this quality unless it breaks. And if you have MacBook Air, you will have this issue, which is that you cannot clean because it doesn't have a glass in top of the camera and it has a camera roll. And my husband decided to buy a Mac Mini because he's gonna sell his Mac Fracanotovia, which is the smallest version for a laptop in black, who is horrible. And he's gonna buy a Mac Mini and he's gonna get this thing, a projector or a screen. I mean, come on, guy, you cannot get the screen from here, but then you have to buy the adapter, which is more expensive, I think. On the projector, we can create a movie theater, we can create a business, but then we'll have to do some paperwork because things without papers is not real. You can marry for real without papers if you're Gitan or whatever is the word. But I don't know how it's made. I'm not sure. If you're Arabic, you can marry with 2 women, but not 2 men. If you are bisexual, you cannot marry 2 men and 2 women. And I have decided, because I cannot marry anyway, to have several boyfriends around the world. There is one in Spain who is having a very big issues with me, and I think we have decided to split up. And he agreed with me that we don't match each other, even though he loved me more than my other boyfriends. I don't know why. And the guy from Norway is cold as hell, but hot as hot water of tea. It reminds me of a teapot. You buy a teapot and becomes a teapot, and then it's like a mug of tea, but when you leave it for a while. And I'm a writer, and I say things that are real for the sentences, and that's it. And what else I have to say? I sent a letter to my cousin, and she writes about my kids, and the kids I know they're mine, and it's hard for me. It's very hard for them. That must be harder because they have to say I'm his father, and everyone thinks I'm his boyfriend. And I go like, no, no, I'm his father. And they go like, no, 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 you're his brother or something. And I don't know. There is a woman called Gilmore Girls, and she talks about that. And maybe you should download the movies of Gilmore Girls and watch it when you have time, which you don't because you want to study photography, I'm sure, or something amazing like. I haven't studied many things. The reason I didn't finish is because I'm gay and because I'm bisexual and because I have a blog. I know how to do things, but I don't have memory, and I have shaky hands, and I know how to draw. I'm gonna say this because it's very important for the book, and you're gonna realize how disgusting is how he draw people, and how wonderful is how I draw people. So I don't know. I write. I do many things. The movie is not for 18, and you're gonna watch it. And I would say goodbye now. And it's time for saying goodbye. And you have to knock the phone and tell me goodbye. And since we are not talking live, and we're talking in the remote control of the answering machine, you're gonna say hello tonight.